Hello everybody, this is Jonah the Orange and I'm playing Alexander the Great with Tier 4 Cav, also known as Companion Cav, on the Greek side. For you guys that haven't played Cavalry already, they're a great unit, get around the battlefield quick, can wipe out ranged units in seconds, basically the biggest counter ranged units and siege equipment. And if you get a charge on the infantry from the back, you can wipe them out too, as it'll usually rout them. What you want to do though is, if you are going to charge infantry, try to find some that's already engaged in combat, because then when you charge they'll rout and you've already killed heaps in the charge, but you won't take casualties from fighting them in melee. And make sure if you're charging an already engaged in combat unit, don't use wedge from the rear and then charge them, because it'll go straight through and hit your allies and you'll take out heaps of your allies at the same time. The other great thing about Cav is they're really good at farming points. You just get those 2 or 3 good charges a game and you've got 3,000 points already. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Pretty easy to farm on. The main thing about Cav is you want to keep them separated, because yeah, you can get wiped out pretty quick. Though, especially if you have them grouped, you get surrounded and you just get to 0 points then. This bit I got a bit greedy. I should have let archers kill them. See how I just try to wedge and charge through all 3 of their range units. Did a decent job, but I should have let wedge form up a bit longer. And now I get surrounded by spears. I should have charged and just taken them straight back out. That's one thing about Cav. Sometimes you just screw up. Is you run out of patience. So, you're up there. You can get to the other side of the field so quick, but you gotta wait for your team, and they're so slow. Look at these slow bastards. Almost run into a bunch of spears. Luckily saw them at the last second and used rapid advance to get away. It's a great ability that gets you out of so much shit. Yeah, this is the hardest part about curves. You just gotta wait for your opportunity to get those big charges off. Like, I could try to push through the mid there, but probably get charged by those guys from the side. Pretty sure I end up going for it though. Yeah, we go now, just try to get around all these guys. Get to these javelins before anyone notices. Well, those spears are close, but I'm pretty sure I'll make the charge here. Yeah, here we go. Ooh. It missed. Yes, I was a bit impatient, but it did work, but I was a bit impatient. Like, I was so close to getting wiped out by those spears. Sometimes you just have to go for it. Grow some balls and go for those points. And I kept my guys moving on, just so I didn't want to stick around and get shot at or killed by spears, which pretty much happened if I stuck around there. Now just go get my other unit, try to dodge their charge. That's the great thing about Cav, they're so quick you can dodge those charges, it's pretty easy. Then wipe out these javelins while no one's around, and then just piss off. Don't want to get shot down by, because you do take a lot of range damage as Cav. And then like they know I'm there, so I just got to change position, I want the element of surprise, so I'll just piss off from there. As you can see, I've made some points, but not as much as I'd like. There's been too many spears around guarding their ranged units, which happens a lot. Even more with artillery careers. Luckily I run up here though, and it's just range galore, no protection. This is where you make your points. If you get this off, it's just massive points right here. Look, 2 guys swiped out, 2 units gone. There's the next unit, they're dead. Look at those charges, just one charge wipes them out with Alexander. That's the thing about Cav though, you can be back, like, way behind on points in the game, but if you have one unit left, you can just rack up points with a few charges. I've had heaps of games where I've lost 2 Cav units just fighting other Cav, but then I've had like 1 left over and I just rack up like 3,000 points just getting some artillery crews and some range units. It's because their charges are so devastating and they can move around so quickly. So if you see artillery shooting and you don't think they're defended, like if they're out in the open, that's easy points right there. Another great reason to separate your Cav is, like, if you see artillery and they're guarded, if you go from 2 different angles, usually the people guarding artillery will come at you, and then your other unit can get the charge in and just run straight back out. This guy here had no one protecting him though, so that's just easy. Easy points there. Here's another few easy points here. Let's get these ranged dudes here. The reason I didn't go for the catapult is he's no real threat anymore. Like, everyone's moved up. It's gonna be hard for him to get a shot off, you know, with units that are already engaged in combat or units that are just too close. Unfortunately, I do lose one of my cav units because of Warcry. Tried to pull out, but then Warcry got me, so they're pretty much dead. But I did take quite a few guys with me there. And there's still a few of them left. Like, there's still, you know, 8 or so, and 8 or so guys can take out a whole ranged unit. Or maybe there's a few more than 8, but you know, not too many. But they can take out. Look at taking out these ranged guys pretty easy. Not sure where their swords went, but yes, left them open. I changed over to those guys because I want them not to be able to shoot. The other guys are already routing, so I'll change over, get them routing as well. That way they can't shoot at my allies. And here I could have attempted to get out, but I was surrounded, so I thought I might as well take a few of them with me, so I just charged their spears. And it worked better than I expected for some reason. I just went straight through and just kept going. So that works out. I think at this stage I'll just look around, can't really see any great targets, so I'll just do stupid shit like here. I'll try to like form wedge, then charge to the side, and yeah. Yeah, see, that's like, you don't want to form wedge if you have to turn straight away, because it doesn't turn well at all. And that's just really need my allies' help now. There's no real targets for me. There's one javelin unit which I was trying to take out for the rest of the game, but there's just a bunch of melee in there, so really relying on our team to clean them up. Of course I can help. Once they're engaged, I can get a charge in. But yeah, when they're open like this, if I charge them like in the front, they'll probably just kill me. Another great thing about Alexander is, like, see, I've lost my commander, I can still use hammer, and that's all you really need. Like, you know, no one really gives a fuck if Alexander dies. You know, your guys are like, oh fuck it, he died, I don't give a shit, we'll still do what we did before. Yeah, if you lose like Scipio, you lose Oath, and that's just fucking like devastating, losing Oath of Perseverance. Well, when you lose Alexander, you lose Wedge, and you know, fuck Wedge. Like, half the time, like, it does do a lot of damage. Like, when you get it, it's great, but half the time, like, for me, I'm just like, I wish I didn't use Wedge half the time. Like, your charges wipe out ranged units in 2 seconds anyway. Like, the only time I can see Wedge being useful is, do you want to frontally charge fucking melee units or cav units. So that's the other time it's good. Like, if you have a cav unit coming straight at you, you just pop Wedge and charge back at them, and you know, you'll win the charge. But apart from that, like, you know, the other time I can see it being useful is charging melee in the front. So you hardly ever go to get like a side charge, like, or a rear charge on units using Wedge. It's the turning's so slow on it. I guess yeah, if you had a shit ton of time to line it up, but that just means the other people are playing bad. So tell us what you guys think about Wedge though, because I find it probably the worst ability Alexander has. It's meant to be like his big ability, like, you know, there's Fear, I'd rather that by a mile, and then there's Oath of Perseverance, and then there's Vengeance. That's the stuff it's competing with. And yeah, but I guess, like, you know, I reckon Hammer should be the 4th ability, because that is some powerful charge stuff going on right there. Where Wedge should be like the 1st ability, like the 2nd ability. That's kind of like, yeah, I got it, but it's not that great. Kind of like Testudo, like sometimes it's useful, but most of the time it's like, yeah, it's there, but it's not good in this situation. Mostly because it just friendly fires the fuck out of people you're trying to help. You know, you set up a nice big charge and wipe out half your own fucking allies. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and thumbs up. Till next time, happy gaming.